boys and girls. I'm Mrs. Altieri, the school social worker, and I am going to read Chapter 5. It's called A Royal Adventure. Queen Tasha sat at her dressing table, dabbing her eyes with a silk handkerchief. Lucas put his hand on his mother's shoulder. He knew the emerald meant a lot to her. It had belonged to her great-grandmother. "Don't cry, Mother," he said. "I'm going to find your emerald." His mother smiled weakly. Then she picked up the gold chain from which her stone no longer dangled. "It could be anywhere," she said sadly. "I've been all over the kingdom these past 2 days." "Where have you traveled to?" Lucas asked. The queen thought for a moment. "I went to Primlock's Birth and Hobbsgrove," she said. Lucas sighed. "You're right. It could be anywhere," he said. "But have no fear. I'm going to find it. I'll need help, though." "What kind of help?" his mother asked. "Clara's help," said Lucas. The queen smiled and nodded. "All right," she said. "You have my permission." "Thank you, Mother," said Lucas. "I will find your emerald." Later that afternoon, Clara and her mother arrived at the palace. Lucas grabbed Clara by the hand, and they raced to the royal playroom. Then he told her his idea. "We'd search for the missing jewel together." "Exactly," replied Lucas. "But will your parents allow it?" asked Clara with a frown. "They already have after what happened today," said Lucas. "What do you mean?" Clara asked. "After I got caught at the schoolhouse, my parents agreed to let us be friends again." "You mean you didn't get into trouble?" questioned Clara. "No," said Lucas. "I think they felt sorry for me." "Why?" "Because I have no friends," Lucas said. Clara sat on the swing and looked at Lucas. "Is it hard being a prince?" asked Clara. "No, it's D-U-L-L, being a prince." "Dull," said Lucas. "And lonely. I can't even be friends with ordinary children." "That royally stinks," said Clara. Lucas laughed. "Well, at least we can be friends," he said. "That's great news," Clara said. "So, when do we start our search?" "Right now," said Lucas, "and our first adventure will be epic." "I love epic adventures," said Clara. "Then let's make a plan," said Lucas. Lucas laid out a map of the great kingdom. Then they marked all the places Queen Tasha had been over the past 2 days. Clara knew the kingdom of Wrenly well. She had delivered bread to all the lands with her father. "I'll be your guide," Clara said. "I can hardly wait," said Lucas. "How about we meet outside the carriage house after breakfast? There's no school tomorrow, so I'll be there," said Clara. "Can I ask for a small favor?" said Lucas. "Sure," Clara said. "Will you bring some butternut bread from the bakery?" Clara laughed. "Only if you bring me some yummy sausages from the royal pantry," she said. "Deal," said Lucas. The end. That is the end of Chapter 5, boys and girls.